Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do some Smelly Vision. I picked up something new from Ellis Brooklyn and this is the fragrance library. I haven't tried anything from Ellis Brooks before, but I am a fragrance expert and a fragrance junkie, so I like to test them all. This is part of that clean line at Sephora. They are also carrying this online at Ulta as well. That's where I picked up this library book myself. A little bit about this company is their fragrances are paraben-free, phenolin-free, vegan, and cruelty-free. Also, they try to use the most natural and clean ingredients in their fragrances, along with the fact that all of their fragrances are inspired by literature, songwriters, and the love for the written word. That kind of explains some of the interesting names that they choose, and we'll go over each fragrance as well, and kind of my thoughts, and we'll go over the notes also. So the library comes like this, which is like a sample set here. I'll be honest, the samples are really small. I think I paid something like $20 or $30 for this set, which I think is expensive for samples, but I'm going to start with this fragrance here. It's called Rose. Don't know if you guys can see that or if my camera's picking that up for you. Anyways, this is Rose and it's spelled with 2 R's. Obviously the name kind of gives it away, but let's talk about what's in it. It is rose, Sicilian lemon, lotus blossom, rose again, citron. So when I tried this fragrance, it's very rosy, of course, obviously, duh, it's called Rose, but my notes I wrote specifically about it are, it is a sweet, fresh rose, light floral, reminiscent of ocean and roses. So that's how I described it. I also was trying to like rate these. I gave this a 5. It was okay. It's not bad. It's not great. It's a rose fragrance. If you like floral, you may like it. For me, I'm not a huge floral fan, so not sure about that. Next up is gonna be Myth. I love the name behind this. I just think it's kind of cool. Myth, right? All right, let's go over the notes on Myth. It is jasmine, white cedar, and orchid. What I said about Myth is it's sweet and fruity and nice. Why I said it's fruity? I mean, I don't know. It just kind of went fruity on my skin. Jasmine tends to wear really nicely on my skin, and it definitely does give off more of a fruity vibe. I gave this one an 8, so I really liked this fragrance. So that's exciting. So for me, I really liked that. We'll go over which one was my favorite when I'm done, but we'll just keep going in order. Next up is Fable. So for Fable, it says it is neroli, honeysuckle, and amber. What I said about Fable is this is a soft, delectable, light floral. And then I did say it has hints of honey. So you do smell the honey in this. This is really nice. Definitely more of a spring, summer type of a wear. I didn't care for it as much, which I'm surprised based on the notes that I didn't care for it as much. I gave it a 3. All right, moving on. Next is gonna be Raven. Raven is peony, patchouli, and blonde woods. So what I had to say about Raven is strong, old lady, grandma, spiced, overdone, dirty patchouli. I have no issue with patchouli. I think it has its place and it can be added in certain fragrances and be absolutely amazing. This one kind of made me sick to have it on, I'll be honest. I do not recommend Raven. Raven, I gave a number 2 rating, 2 or 1. I mean, it was a toss-up between 1 and 2, which was worse. Definitely not good. Moving on from that is Rives. This is described as a orange flower, lavender, white suede, and cashmere woods. I said that it was green, woody, dark, kind of has a weird burnt sort of smell that I couldn't quite put my finger on. That was my least favorite in the entire thing, is Rives. Definitely didn't like that one, or Raven. So moving on from that, next is going to be Sci-Fi. I love the names. I love the look of this. It's got this most beautiful blue, like fluid color of the fragrance. This is vanilla bean, green tea, orange bitters, and freesia. So what I had to say about Sci-Fi, sweet, green, soft, pleasant, but very weak fragrance. Wish it would have lasted longer. So that's what I had to say about Sci-Fi. I did like this. Sci-Fi, I also gave it a 4. So right in the middle. I probably would have rated it higher if the performance was better. Then we have Fawn, which again, these names are just so darn cute. I can't get over it. Bergamot, coconut milk, amber, lily of the valley. So Fawn, I said it smells pretty yummy, almost has a cinnamon, coconut, light, sweet, pleasant fragrance. I rated this a 7. I really did like this one a lot. Kind of reminded me a little bit of some of my Tom Ford fragrances that have that coconutty type of smell. Not quite as long lasting or as rich, but definitely has that vibe. If you like a coconut cinnamon smell, you'll definitely like this. Then last but certainly not least, the whole reason why I purchased this is because of West. I just think West Coast's the best coast, right? And I was intrigued by West because I thought of like old Hollywood and glamour. I thought that was kind of what it was going to smell like, and I was super intrigued, which is why I purchased this library bundle. So West is blood orange, pear blossom, water lily, and oak moss. What I had to say about West is this one was very fruity on my skin, a warm, musky, spicy smell. Little bit mature, but enjoyed overall. I gave that a solid 6 rating, which is a little disappointing because I was kind of hoping West would have been my favorite based on the notes, but that is not my favorite. Overall, Myth ended up being my favorite, which is kind of surprising because, again, we'll go over what Myth has in it just so you guys get a refresher. It is jasmine, white cedar, and orchid. And I described it as fruity and nice and light, but obviously it's floral, but maybe my skin makes it more of a sweet floral with that jasmine in there. And then second up, I said Fawn, definitely, which has that kind of coconut cinnamon smell. And then it would have been West, which again was kind of that fruity, floral, blood orange type of a smell as well. So those are my top 3. At least based off of my notes, it's going to be Myth, Fawn, and then West. My least favorites are going to be Raven and Rives. So that's kind of the overview of this fragrance company. I'm glad that I got to do a fragrance company that is part of the clean beauty movement. I think that's really exciting, especially since most fragrance companies aren't really going that direction. It's nice to have something refreshing. I will say I love all of the names of this products. They're just really cute, and I like the idea and the concept behind the product. I will say I don't think the starter set is a good deal. These are sample sizes. I think it's kind of a ripoff for what you're getting. However, if you're someone who loves to test fragrances and already has a lot of fragrance and wants to make a decision on a new fragrance, this would definitely be the way to go. Overall, my thoughts are just kind of about the brand. I don't see myself buying any of them in a full size just because they didn't catch my attention enough. I know there's a couple other ones. One's called Sweet and one's called Salt. I would like to try those in the future, so maybe my thoughts will change. But overall, it was an excellent experience trying something new, and I'm glad that I did it. I don't think that it is a company yet that has stolen my heart, but overall, I appreciate what they're trying to do with their fragrances and being clean. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I post a new video every Tuesday. In the description box will always be a link to my Instagram for daily posts and my Etsy account if you'd like to support me on my crafty adventures. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.